Well, there it is. You're live. Like I said, it's like getting back on the horse again. And for me, that is so absolutely and incredibly beautiful. I'm here with my dear friend, Michele. And in saying that, um, there's a glow in my face and a sparkle in my eye that has returned in a way that I would not have understood if I didn't experience the beauty of being with you and the herd. I heard, pun intended, about the herd from Daphne. Daphne is a sweet friend of mine, and Daphne had experienced being with you in the herd in healing, and I saw the pictures and Daphne's description, and I thought to myself, well, this is something I've never done before, and this could be something fun. Um, sure, I'll give it a go. And then you asked me what my intention was for healing. And that's when oh, gross. I have to tell you what it is. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, can't you just magic? Can't I just show up? And I'm sure I could have just shown up. And yet, the vulnerability of telling you what it was that I needed healing with was so powerful. So powerful. Do you find that people struggle with that question? What is it that you're coming here for healing with?
Yes. Yes, in the sense that most of us, um, we've had many things go down in our lifetime, and humans tend to just think about like what they're deeming wrong in their life right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is, with our work, we always go to the root in order to unwind why we're at the place and time of our life and experiencing what we're experiencing, like the heartache, the pain, whatever it is, or like repeated patterns that go on in our life. And so um, people show up because they want to fix something, but a lot of humans aren't aware that what they think is the problem is actually connected to a deeper root. And the only reason I asked the question is because what we do put out there is frequency and vibration. So whatever they list as the issue that they want to work on, or even if it's just one word, because lots of times they don't know what it really is, but they just know that there's something off. But it's whatever few words or emotions that they put into the space, and so that the reason we ask for that is to give your frequency and vibration, and it's usually a low vibration, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that gives us a clue of the octaves, the frequencies that are needing to be shifted from the low to higher healed outcome. So I ask what they want to work on, but I also ask, what would you rather have?
Yes. Yes.
So that we have that Heisenberg effect of between A and B, where we are and where we want to be. And then we're able to um, cause new information to come through for that human to find their balance, to find their answers, and feel the shifts. It's more about the feeling, the shifts throughout the session.
Well, and that's where when I come, when I was brought to you, when I come to you, I haven't been in podcasting. I haven't done this for it's almost been a year, and there's been a lot of change in my life, and the idea of doing this was not there. Like it was like, I'm like, not a chance. Is this going to happen? I'm not doing this again. I had nothing. Like I had no desire, zero. And if anybody asked me, like, when are you coming back to, I'm like, I'm not. Like it's just not happening. I'm done. Like I'm done. And the shift wasn't, and that wasn't why I didn't come to you for that. I
Yeah.
came to you for very different reasons. I came to you because I was falling back into my patterns of addiction. I came to you because of a crippling worry. And I mean, when I said it was crippling, it was debilitating. It was running the programming in my life every day. Like it was so, so much. And the shift in what's happened between when I had the blessing of spending time with you and the horses to now is a massive shift. And there is still work to be done. Because I mean, when we look at what came to be, oh, I mean, isn't that, I mean, I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, that is so cool.
Mhm.
It was such a beautifully transformative experience. And it was fun too. I mean, and I really want that to be like, it was something, I extraordinary healing. There are so many ways that we can come to healing, and um, we can mix it up so that we're trying something new and something different. And that's where I believe this is a huge opportunity for people to try something new and different. And you had said to me, we talked after my session and then again before I came on, how the horses help. So can you give word to that?
Yeah. Um, so when someone books a session, we we start to tune in before you arrive, and it's opening of sacred space and tuning in to your higher self, your guides, along with our guides. And so we already have a sense and a feeling. And the horses, when I'm tuning in with the client, the horses are mirroring to me what's going on. Like they give me clues through their body behavior, through their herd dynamics. Um, in the barn, like things start to be mirrored and played out as to what we're working on.
Wow.
And then tuning into our higher guides and listening for direction. And so each layer of my work, and then the horses work and preparing, and then once you arrive, the client arrives, the discussion, everything is being put into the container, into the medicine wheel, into the space. And then we have a little discussion, and I connect to a sense of what it is I'm going to do as a facilitator, and I pretty much let the horses do what they think that they need to do. I
Beau-
don't direct them at all. They come in and out of the space, and each time one comes to the table, I am intuitively connecting with them and listening to them and following their lead as well as to what part of the body we're working on, what medicines we need to bring in, what we need to really shift and alchemize and change in order to get you to the healed outcome space. And if when you turned on the video there, you saw the horses licking, chewing, yawning. Some of them, like, they're not all on camera because there's like 10 in there.
yeah.
But they're all doing something. Like some will do the big cat stretch, stretching out things. Some will do stuff on the ground. Some have in the past laying down right beside the client and done a whole somatic body release. with noise and everything. Dakota there is he's releasing that density, that energy, and then you can see the other horses, they're all holding space, and the horse's ability to anchor us into Gaia, into earth, into nature,
Mm-hmm.
and and they extend our ability to attune to our higher guides and our higher self,
Yep.
and our resources. I think a lot of humanity thinks that they're ill-equipped, and they're not. Everything we need, we have. The
Mm-hmm.
horses are just helping us connect the dots.
Well, and they
To,
amplify it in such an amazing, such a huge way. Like
yes.
it's not just a little bit that they help. It's like a lot, right?
Yeah, so their heart coherence is like 100 times larger than ours. So they're
100 times.
100 times, and they can read the energy, like they can read the energy of an entire property, like before we even hear it, sense it, or whatever, right? So their heart coherence, that's the big piece in accessing more of that divine love,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of us humans have closed ourselves off to love because of the woundings, the hurts, the experiences in relationship. And to me, when I say relationship is everything. Life is relationship. And so, like, it's not just like family or romantic or whatever. It's work relationships, it's community relationships, it's our relationship with nature, with spirit, right? So and the horse's ability to be that connected to the all that is. They are a bridge.
Well, and they are like you said, they're a bridge to all that is, and
Yeah.
the
The
love,
divine.
and the divine love. Because when if I mean, who out there, raise your hand? I know it's me. Has thoughts, emotions, actions, feelings that are not love.
Yeah.
So where is the healing? Where is the healing available? Where is the healing? What healing can you do wherever you're disconnected from love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I can add, so we not only need to access the love, we need to understand that love is consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And so each time we've been hurt, we lose consciousness. Less consciousness, less consciousness, less consciousness each time we've had a trauma or a wound or a bad experience, and that lowers our frequency vibration, causing unconsciousness.
Absolutely. And when we're going through trauma, when we're going through the difficult times in our lives, like the real huge traumas, the debilitating traumas, the grief, when we lose somebody that we love, when we go through our own pains, the abuse, whatever it is that each of us is going through, that's in that moment when we don't heal, when we repress that trauma, that's where we get so stuck and we aren't even aware. I mean, I know I wasn't. For
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And so again, like the horse's ability to have access to this plane, this physical plane, and root us into the ground, anchor and root us, and their ability to stay connected to spirit source and bring in what's needed. So they're acting as that channel of consciousness. And then when they're physically working on the client, they're releasing the stagnated energy in the body. They'll use their lips, their head, sometimes they'll lay their whole head on somebody, and what they're doing is pulling out, shifting that density the stagnated, stuck toxins from the wounded emotions, and so in shamanism, again, we go to the root of the issue, right? Like we
Well,
track
as
it
human
back.
beings, I mean, how hard is it to try and figure out your own shit? Right? Like,
Yeah.
how hard is it to figure out what's going on, what the cause is? And we can get so trapped and stuck in figuring that out.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard and impossible. It's really impossible to figure out all of the unconscious wounds that we have. Going to work with you and the herd, they just do it,
Yeah.
and they do it in such a huge way, such a
Yeah.
huge way.
They do.
Yeah,
They do.
yeah. I don't want this one. This one keeps on coming up, so I'm taking that one down. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me try that one again. I want to show let me see, maybe. Okay, there. Because what you were just talking about, all she the horse came and just knew, and then shifted away, and then another horse would come in, and there was it wow I mean I can't explain
Mhm.
what it was like, and I had no idea going into it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's wait, I take that back. I had a preconceived notion as to what it was going to be like working with the horses, and it was nothing like. It was so much more. It was
Yeah.
just so much more. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so there, I have a quote here from Edgar Casey from 1934. And he's known as the sleeping prophet, and he had tapped into um, the consciousness of the horses, and the understanding that horses are the evolution of consciousness, the reawakening, the
Okay.
awakening of our consciousness. And he had said, man will need to return to the horses to find his own soul.
Wow.
And he said, the horses are the guardian of this ancient frequency, which I work with the equine collective consciousness and the dragon medicine and all my spirit guides. There's an ancient frequency. And there was another, Edgar Casey, he predicted when humanity stood on the brink of collapse, spirituality and emotionality, horses would appear as beacons and guide humans back to themselves. They would show the way when all other references would fail. That was
And
predicted in
that was,
1934.
and how much of that is what is going on now?
Yeah, yeah, and so the horses carry the memory of freedom. That's the key. Like our title, I have to say our, it's not just me, it's me and the horses and my guides. Like we're liberators of love, midwives for the souls, light,
Hmm.
and alchemists for joy. And those three elements are so needed. We need to re-access them,
Yeah.
access the love, the divine love, um, change how we view what love should be, and learn that we need to become love in order to receive love from the outside. We have to become the love. And it's not that it's not there, it's that it's trapped.
Yeah.
And then so that's with the benefit of working with the horses. They come in and they're helping release the stagnant, the stuck, the isolated, locked down love. And yeah, they're just their ability to be the reconnectors,
Mm-hmm.
raise our consciousness, and be the bridge to our inner self. Like they really truly help us go back into ourselves, reconnect to our heart, and connect to our soul. The soul is the inner GPS. and the soul has the higher will, wisdom, and love that we organically and naturally already are. And through this type of energetic healing, we are able to kind of bypass the brain by getting people into their bodies and let the body do the work. We can't fix things from our brain. We have to learn how to get in our body like a horse is in their body. And there was
And you've got this amazing addition to your herd. You've got these 4 beautiful wild horses that have joined them.
Yeah, so I had a vision a few years ago and a download from my elder horse, Billy. And Billy came to me quite a number of years ago, and we had almost 20 years together. And he is the founder of Infiniti Trails and the equine spiritual healing portion. And I say that because it was Billy, Dude, Nietzsche, and Dakota. Well, actually, Rantan, and then Dakota was born into it. But those were the original 4, and they took me from a time in my life that my entire world was just crumbling, and I didn't know where to turn other than my horses, because the horses have been with me since I was a kid. That was my safe space. They always helped me when I was young and battered and broken. And when my world was falling apart again in it was about 2006, that 2007, my horses started doing healing work on me. And this was way before I took any sort of training of any kind. And
Wow.
and then again, and they were helping me heal a lot of relationship dynamics that I had going on. And then around 2009, I had one of my sons had a very unhealthy drug-induced psychosis attack, and that whole journey with him is what really helped me release a lot of that trapped themes and patterns and dysfunctions that I had going on, like on those old programs that were running in my
And they run in loops. They just run and they run and they run and they run and they run until there's an interrupt.
Yes. And so in 2009, it even amped up even more with my horses doing the work, because my son had come home and after his treatment, and then he came home and was living with us for a little while, but I couldn't leave him during the day. And so my partner then would get home from work, and we'd have supper, and then my son would usually go to bed early, and then I would go to the barn to do my work and be in my space. And every single night I would find myself getting a session from the horses, and they kept teaching me how to do the healing and kept downloading I call it the equine collective consciousness. And so I kept being able to release these old toxic patterns that came through my lineage that was affecting my son as well as myself, right? And I just kept healing and healing. And eventually my son was able to move back home and be on his own again. But every time I hit a rock bottom, those horses just kept stepping up. And then it wasn't until I, started considering something else, as far as work wise. And then I took my training and more of a self-healing. I never really intended on working with humans in the first place. I always thought I'd be working with animals. And so like my life just kept evolving and taking me deeper into the horse realm. And eventually we created our own system. And then through my training, I was able to bring in more protocol, more ability to create sacred space and a sacred container for the humans, and just kept evolving that way.
And I think that's one of the things that's so beautiful about working with you, Michelle, is that you come from a place where you have healed as well. So you are able to have such incredible compassion for people that you work with. It's such a safe space
Yeah,
with you and
thank
horses,
you.
and I think that there's a beauty in that, because horses are big, like they're big, and we can be very intimidated as human beings by that, and it's so it's, I mean, I've been riding horses since I horsed around. I'm far from anything of I mean, sure, when I went to Mexico, I was one of the best riders. Well, yeah, I mean, let's take the crowd. I mean, it was like, yeah. And like, I feel comfortable on horses, and I am still, I mean, they're big, they're strong, there's so much. And it felt so um, breathing when they were breathing right there with me. And when I showed the video to my mom asked me, were you aware? And I said, yes, yes, I was. I was aware, and yet I was in a different space. Like it's beautiful. It's beautiful. When we heal ourselves, please explain how that helps our family, our lineage, because you'd said that to me. Um, the people in our lives now and the people in the past and in the future. How does
Yeah.
that work again?
Well, and it's again, it goes back to recognizing that every human as a soul chose to come to this life to heal something, to change something, and to learn something. And those themes and patterns and dynamics in relationship dynamic healing, which I do, um, when we understand that our family dynamics are a mirror of what we're here to work on, when we take accountability and responsibility to change something that we don't want to bring forward in
Mhm.
our lives and in our family lineages and stuff, when we just can come back into here and change it from the inside out, what we're doing is tapping into the DNA. I work a lot with the 12 strand DNA system. And so it's not just one DNA. It's not just this person as one individual. It's our family lineage on the matrilineal side and our family lineage on the patrilineal side. So
Yeah.
we are infused with those ancient ancestral traumas that didn't get healed when they passed.
That's huge. That's
And
huge. So
it's really,
both on the mother side and the father side. So when people talk about past lives, and I mean, just think about the present life. Think about the life that you have, and take that and imagine all of the mother's family, your grandparents, your great grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, mother's side too. There is so much that we're working on. Like
yeah.
that's a lot. We that's a
Yeah, it is a lot. And again, like the one individual, like yourself or myself, that chooses to say, hey, I don't want to bring this pattern forward anymore. I want
the
to
change
heal it.
makers, the change
A
makers and the
change
breakers.
maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it doesn't mean that we have to like dissect the whole past. We don't.
No, no, no,
We
no,
just
no,
need
no.
to set the intention that this is what my piece that I want to be accountable for. I don't want that, but I want this. I want
Yes.
this higher level of resonance, love, light, joy in my life. And so let's do the alchemizing here. And when we're doing this healing, I get the client to say we're going to heal it 7 generations back, 7 forward, and beyond. And it's more about healing the pattern, the theme, that wounded frequency into a healthy frequency and vibration, so that we can send that forward, not only in our own personal lives, but any of our relatives that desire to receive that, whether they're alive or past, they have an opportunity to receive that if they so choose. And so it's like a prayer. This healing journey that we do for ourselves, it's like a prayer. And so it's hanging out here in the ethers for anybody who says, "Oh my God, I want help with this. I need to change this. I want to work on this." That's the prayer that they can tap into. It's the blueprint for a new healthy way.
Wow.
By no ways are we allowed to trespass
No.
another, like say, "Oh, I'm gonna like blast you with this energy and this is it." That's not it. It's doing the work and putting it out there. It's yours if you really want it. Here it is.
Yeah.
And then just really honing in on integrating that healing for ourselves, and changing patterns, changing the way we view those relationships or those issues, the way that we open up and make our hearts a place and a space of more of that compassionate, unconditional love, by recognizing that if we have struggles with individuals, like in our family or our friends or work, like we need to respect and honor that they have a journey, and it's not up to us to change it, but it is up to us to create new healthy boundaries in difficult relationships, and to create new healthy boundaries for ourselves and be more accountable for our part in it. And when we can change it through frequency and vibration, then it makes life a whole lot easier and a whole lot more enjoyable, because we're releasing the attachment that we have put on to our relationships, instead of staying in the state of divine love, divine unconditional love. When we stay in that frequency of self accountability and understanding that what we do in here affects the outside, our internal environment affects the external environment.
Yeah.
And so it takes a lot of pressure off of ourselves and our families when we like stop waving the finger, like you're doing this wrong or you're doing this bad, and change the dynamic inside of us, because that is what puts the wheel into motion, healthier balance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The gift that we give ourselves in healing, the gift that we give ourselves by healing ourselves expands in ways that we don't know. We don't know. We just don't, and yet it does. It really, really does. It benefits everybody in your life. It's worth
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
um, these are some things that, again, Edgar Casey predicted in 1934. He said that humanity would enter an epidemic of anxiety, digital disconnect through technology, collapse of true meaning of life, lost, empty despite material financial achievement. And I just want to add to the epidemic of anxiety. Anxiety is the ailment that comes to the surface when we're not able to face emotions. And depression is the ailment that comes forward when we're not able to heal our past. And so putting ourselves in these sacred containers of healing, we're changing these patterns, we're changing the information in order to take back our ability to um, come into alignment and be in right relationship inside of ourselves.
Yeah. Because the
And
relationship that we have in here with us is is the when I take back my power and control belongs to me. There's so much outside of ourselves that we can't change.
Yeah,
There's
and that,
so much. When we start working on this, on
mhm.
me, that's where real change
Yeah, and that's
happens.
the whole how do you say it? The whole essence of the medicine wheel, like working in the medicine wheel. We are the medicine wheel. The medicine wheel is the emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual components of this body. And part of the reason when I write out what I call what we're doing, it's equine spiritual soul healing. And I believe that, like, my horses and I are midwives for the soul. And again, humanity has pretty much just looked at the physical, emotional, mental. Even Western medicine, they just look at physical, emotional, mental. In traditional ancient healing, we look at all four. We need the spiritual healing. We need to have a right relationship with our soul, with spirit, and with Gaia, Mother Earth. And we're always going to feel disconnected if we don't have all four elements or aspects of the medicine wheel in sync with each other. So the medicine wheel is designed to teach us to go back into ourselves, into the center, whereas what we've experienced in the last 20, 30, 40 years is going outside of ourselves to find answers, to find ways to medicate and distract and all the things by going outside of ourselves. That's not
Absolutely.
the way to be in a
Absolutely. Well,
relationship.
and that's why the extraordinary healing experiences that like yours that I'm showcasing, it's not either or. If I fall and break, if I fall and this is hurt,
Yeah,
I go to a doctor for a diagnosis. I those there are we that's powerful, that's needed, that's useful.
yeah.
Alone, it is minute. There is so much more that we can choose to use to amplify that healing,
Mhm,
whether it is a physical, I'm sure that people come to you for physical problems, people
mhm.
come to you for emotional problems. I mean, whatever the ailment is, and it's not an either or.
That's right.
It's a
It,
harmonics.
yeah. Yes,
Mhm.
we need both. We need both worlds, the Western and the Eastern, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, and the key element is understanding that we have the power to choose. I don't
Mhm.
know about you, but I know what witnessing, like, my older generations, they gave all their power to the doctor, to the church, to the this, to the that.
Yeah.
They depowered by giving their power away. And when we utilize other outwardly information, we still need to hang on to the power to choose what is right for our physical body, our emotional body, mental body, spiritual body. We get to decide and discern. And I
Yes.
think that that's a big key that's been missing, is that yes, it's great to find out what we're dealing with in different realms,
Hmm.
and how am I going to use this information to empower myself? What does my body need in this situation? What does my emotional body need? What does my mental body need? And what does my spiritual body have to say?
And like you had said earlier, these are symptoms. These are
Mhm.
symptoms of a root cause that is more. I know when I came to you with the symptoms of my challenges, I told you what my problems were. And the horses with you, like you as a herd, all of you together, you uncovered something that I wasn't aware of. And in uncovering something that I wasn't aware of, I now have the gift of an awareness. This is the area of like this is the area in my life now that I can work on.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great. And it helps hone in on where I can take back my power and control, and I can do something too. So now I've become part of that. There's
Yeah.
things that I can do too. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And knowing that we're not alone in it, because generally in these kind of sessions and many other spiritual um, healing modalities, it's knowing that we're not alone, that we do have a whole plethora of spiritual resources
Yeah.
in addition to physical resources, and we are not alone. Like, we are the sentient beings, and we have resources. And so it's just really understanding how to allow that to happen, allow ourselves to tap into these different realms, and give our bodies new information to heal itself from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what a healer does, is just provide new information for the body to heal from the inside out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our bodies do have the innate ability to heal. And when we don't know how to tap into that, that's where people like you and the horses have that. You've taken something and you've alchemized it in yourself, and then you help others, and then it's so wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I find the horses are such a beautiful way to help people on their spiritual awakening journey, because they're able to be so present. They're able to help us learn how to feel again, and learn how to sense, and come back into our bodies. And I would like to speak to the new horses that came. And so with us building this equine spiritual healing journey from my old horse, Billy, who passed away, I had to let him go last December. Um, and exactly 12 years from the time that I made this a business, per se. In 2012, we had become official, a business. And I let Billy go in 2024. And um, he had told me about these new horses coming in. And I just kind of put it out there in the ethers to be guided, whatever that means. And last year, I started putting some, oh no, yeah, last year after Billy passed, I started putting some posts out in some different equine pages on Facebook. He told me to look for heritage breed horses to bring into our healing herd. And I kind of assumed it was going to be like large horses, like Mustangs or something. And I kept doing some research and stuff. And the pages that I chose to put the ads on were Ojibwe horses, Ojibwe society. And in
What are you guys
looking
doing?
Oh, shoot,
looking
I've got the wrong one. Just one second. I'm sorry. I wanted to bring it up. There we go. Okay, there we are.
Mhm.
Okay, go back. please continue.
Yeah. So these Ojibwe horses that everything just aligned and it was like seamless. I met this lady through Facebook and we kept texting and talking to each other for several months. And then I went down to visit the horses and spent a couple days and just being in their energy. And then eventually I brought them home here in November 7th. And so the significance in bringing home these horses, and these ones, their bloodline has been tested that they are pure Ojibwe
Wow.
horses. So there's no domestic horse blood in them, the DNA I talked about. And so their DNA is ancient. It is ancient, like connected to the earth, to the cosmos, to that divine right relationship with source, with spirit, with Gaia and nature. And their consciousness is just another higher vibration and element. And I knew that when I brought them home, and even before, because we were all in tune together, my herd and this new herd of, there was 4 of them, and I still had 5 here. And so every time I went into kind of a meditative trance space to connect with these horses before bringing them home, what we were doing was melding our energy together, my horse herd and myself and them. And like as soon as I started connecting to them in that way, our healing sessions started going more amplified, more higher vibration, more
Even before you met them, even
yeah.
like even before they became a part of your herd, because this is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love the way that.
What are you guys doing? Hi.
Oh,
Hi, guys.
So these are the original ones.
Hello.
yeah.
Hi, my boys. Hi, my boys.
Oh.
Hi. Hi. Were you playing in the dirt? Were you guys playing in the dirt? Huh?
So this is Kitchi.
Hello.
So he's the lead stallion of the 4.
Handsome. Hi,
And that's
Makote.
Makote.
Be nice.
He's got this like ancient
Be
priestess
nice.
energy.
Miss.
Oh
And
wow!
Miss Cozen is the lead mare, and then her daughter is with her. That's Gitchi, or Gitchi, and so these guys have just brought this new higher vibrational consciousness to help us as a herd go deeper and tap into more of the cosmic resources that are out there and bring it in and help the clients on another level get back to right relationship with nature and the elements and all the sentient availability within ourselves.
Incredible.
And help to remember ourselves whole in our holiness, our wellness, and our wholeness as a being.
Beautiful. Well, and I
Yeah.
think that that's a big part of it, Michele, is that we're at a very challenging part. We chose to incarnate in a time that is very challenging, very chaotic, I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now. And what a beautiful time to be alive as well, because of all the opportunities for healing.
Yes. Yeah. And every human here is here doing their part for the shift, for helping us shift, especially right now from 2025 into 2026, the next era, the predicted era of the golden age of coming home into ourselves, coming into right relationship with ourselves, and understanding that it is our internal healing work and journey of awakening that helps the outer collective consciousness find their way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I am constantly in awe of how the horses step up and offer what they offer and know what they know. Like they are ancient wisdom, and they have not forgotten their freedom. They have not forgotten how to be liberated and trust their inner light, their inner wisdom and knowing, and be here to have a joyful, beautiful life, and I'm going to say that not every horse is meant to be a healer, just like not every human is meant to be a healer. And so the fact that any of these horses that come to me, they are healers. They chose this path of service. I've had horses come through that they didn't want to be here. They didn't want anything to do with the healing. And I sent them on their way. Like they were here to receive something in the moment, but they weren't meant to be healers. And most of those were actually bigger lessons for me.
Wow.
That I took and so the fact that these 4 Ojibways are Ojibways is magical to me too, because I'm Ojibwe Cree, German French descent, and it's just like this hugest homecoming and resonance
Yeah.
of tapping into another level of my medicines that I bring into the herd. And even if people don't want to work with the horses physically, when I'm working, I'm generally tapped into the equine collective consciousness anyway. So it's
okay. Good.
it doesn't
Good.
have to be physically.
It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. We offer a lot of other things in addition to.
Oh, there's so much that you do. There is so much that you do, and I mean, I could sit here and talk with you forever, and
Yeah.
can't. And I think that's the beauty of what you do is that there are so many modalities that you work with. Michelle's website is up on the page here, and please check it out. Tell people that you love to check it out. There is just so much that she offers. What a beautiful time of year to gift that opportunity to people. Just share. You never know who's going to be interested. Just share. Share. So thank you again for coming. Looking forward to doing this again. This is going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to coming out and seeing the new additions, and experiencing another level of healing.
Yeah, you were here when it was the original herd.
That's right. I haven't experienced the next one yet. Right? Always healing another layer and another level, getting back to a greater connection with love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Co-creating the most important relationship one will ever cultivate is the one within.
So true.
Yeah.
True. So until next time, my friend. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, bye. Mm-hmm.